let's also change over to the Dragon Warrior scene and not the Link to the Past scene. We do not need to track anything for that. Oh, portals online. Let's run an ad before we get things started here. Let's get ourselves in ready position for the race. And ready up. It's the Sunday Weekly. Gotta put a good luck, have fun in the race chat. It's bad luck not to do so. Looks like still 3 to ready up in the race room, and then we're gonna start at the top of the hour. Da, 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 da. For now, we wait. We have 11 people today, on the low side for the Sunday weeklies. Everybody is ready. Hey, Zaka, welcome in. Yeah, I was watching, I think it was the quarterfinals with Scooty and Meme. I think Beta says he's got it on another monitor too. Here we go. And in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go! Good go. Bring the notepad up. The Dragon Lord must be defeated. And may the light shine upon thee. Starting with wings, so we'll get to keep our extra key. Our regular key. Gold. Key. Sleep, return, heal more. Dong dong dong. We can spend that key on more keys. Since we also got gold in the opening chest. If this guard will get out of the way. Full set of keys, 6 strength. So still just slimes, and maybe if we're lucky, a Drakey. Basement is Swamp North. We're not going to explore that yet. That could lead to Garenham. We could have a hamster tunnel. Treasury however, has a key for a key. A fairy water, we could probably use that to throw. An herb. And a torch, also useful for throwing. I could have thrown the torch there. But there's a good fairy water target. Level 2, we get 6 power, 6 agility, 4 health, 11 MP, and hurt more! Ding ding ding! Suddenly we're no longer as concerned about throwing that torch. And we'd like to find a Zone 2 monster. We would have liked to find a bigger Zone 2 monster, but the poltergeist is enough for the level. Level 3, we get 20 power, no agility, 1 health, no MP. Somewhere out there, MTI is loving it. Darn. We had a chance to survive that. I think we go check whatever enemy is in the swamp cave now. And hopefully get to the other side and see what the if there's a hamster tunnel. That's our only hope for a gold grind, is that Garenham is on the other side. Should still be on a full 6 keys. Since we found a key in the treasury. That's the kind of enemy I wanted to see in Zone 2. Level 4. We get 13 power, no agility, 2 health, 13 MP, radiant, and repel. I love Lamp. An armored knight. We don't win this fight, but we won't be too oh, we can win this fight. We do win this fight. He low-rolled. I expected even low-roll to take us out. Level 5, we get 4 power, 19 agility, 6 health, 4 MP, stop spell outside. Sorry, that's 5 and 6. No hamsters. And we die to a metal slime because we only had 1 hit point left. The only hit point that matters. I don't think it's worth trying to take the armored knight on a bit more yet. I would like some more health and... Ooh, nice runaway. Agility and armor before I try to fight that. This is gonna put us 14 short of the level. Ghost isn't quite worth it. Wizard has hurt. So try the charm. Wraith Knight could be good here. Level 7. we get 6 power, 2 agility, 8 health, 2 MP. Wizards resist hurt more, so we need to run. New cave. Bottom right corner of the map, it's the harp trade. We don't have the harp. And nothing else over here. Actually, let's try and do a bit of scouting before we... Throw Magi are good here. And we get to use up our last steal more. Or hurt more, I mean. Well, technically used up the last steal more too. Oh, I'm glad I only had to deal with one scorpion. Axe Knights are here. I don't have the MP though. Well, now it's time to go up and right. 42 HP, 42 MP. I guess the answer is HP and MP. There's a cave here. The grave. Do I try to fight this or do I try to run? I think fighting it is the better play almost always. First item, gold. Second, empty. Third, the fighter's ring. It's only 2 attack power, but it's a strategically placed 2 attack power. We don't mind too much if we die in this spot now. Like that. There's still lots of the game to play, so we're going to hold off on Diving Grave. We'll dip for those top 3 chests and then go look for Mountain, go look for Garenham, go look for Remulder. Level 8. We get 1 power, no agility, 8 health, 5 MP. Find more river. And another cave and a town. Town is Hawksness. I think actually I go check that cave first in case it's one of the 2 free item caves. Which it is, it's the tablet cave. I still say they should put the tablet back in and put some jokes or lottery numbers or something on it. Anything you could find in a fortune cookie. Hey, dear neighbor, welcome in. What a horrible night to have a cursed belt. At least one search spot has an item on it. And seeing as we were just in Hawksness, we do have early Hurtmore. We can take a look at there. He gone. Taking this path has about a 0.5% less encounter rate. Not that the numbers actually mean anything, the game just does what it wants. Didn't get ambushed, so we have a chance to win this. There's no armor, he can roll pretty high though. I would like to get to the spike with 2 Hurtmores in tow though. It's a golem, we can't beat a golem right now. Stonemen have 1 in 16 sleep resistance, and the swamp tiles have a lower encounter rate than the desert tiles, which are tied with the hill tiles for the highest encounter rate. Another cave. It's mountain. I think my best play here is actually to use an herb. Just hope for some luck on the 2nd floor with werewolves. First item here is a torch. Well, I was hoping for luck with werewolves. Now I absolutely need some luck with werewolves. If the wizard doesn't take me out on its own, which it does. I think I want to head right on back there, though. There are still 4 items in there, all on the bottom floor. I would like to pick up level 9 first if I can. Which I can. I'll be 3 over. Level 9, we get 4 power, 1 agility, 4 health, 24 MP, and regular heal. Regular heal gets a sneaky amount of use. Wyvern Hype, strongest enemy that always dies to 1 Hurtmore. Other enemies can die to 1 Hurtmore, but not always. Here's Sharlock. So am I too far north then? I am too far north. Not by much. By enough to notice. There's definitely a reasonable argument for running from the wolf. I think that's the weakest enemy I'm interested in. Second item in here is a dragon scale. Only 2 defense, but strategically placed 2 defense. Third item is the torch. Fourth is wings. The other pair. There's 2 pairs of wings and chests in the game. And the final item is an herb. Also, my spell list is fully fleshed out. Let's go check up by Sharlock then. There's a town here, and we know it's not... Yay, it's Brackenary. Road leader and exports of disappointment. There's also a copper sword, and we'll take the large shield for now, since that's our main damage. So our main damage source is Hurtmore. We wouldn't have minded the copper sword, but it's not worth going out of our way for. We probably will find ourselves back here at some point. We had all 3 levels of shield here. And we have a magic armor and a silver shield in the seed with no gold grind. Typical Brackenary. I could take that gold man for a copper sword, but no, there's better enemies out here to fight, like a druid lord. I would rather be gaining XP right now. Here's another town. Maybe I should have taken that gold man after all. It's coal! Exclamation mark coal! What will you find? The armor or the sword would be really good here. Get a token. There's a half plate here. Our neighbor finds the spread gun in coal. Pew pew pew. Let's see if I can't find a couple of those gold men. I think they were here. Along with the skeleton and the slime. Maybe further north in these hill tiles. The Druid Lords are here. Maybe I'll grind myself up 95 gold at a time. Knights are here. How does the knight move? Seeing as they're not ambushing it, I think I'm figuring it out. I guess I'm the weirdo who is taught that they move into either prong of a Y instead of in an L shape. This is also a reasonable place to try to get that half plate money. Level 10, we get 3 power, 10 agility, 21 health, 4 MP. Gotta heal here. Make it back to coal, so that's our half plate picked up. Our half... can only say half of the word, because it's half plate. Or would it just be pla? Let? Which half would you say? Continue working our way towards the top of the map that we just found. That wasn't sleep. Stone men are not really a very good fight. They're a fight you don't mind seeing on a grind tile when you need the item. Could probably take one if it were the enemy in Hawksness. But right now they're to be avoided. New cave versus swamp. No, it's the Stones of Sunlight cave. With the flute. I can't even boo that like I normally would because we know we have to fight a golem. I'd like a real weapon for that fight. At least a hand axe. All we've seen is copper swords and a flame sword that we're probably never going to find the gold to pick up. So many stone men. Just deployed the rock brigade today. Oh, this opens up. Let's keep heading towards the top left then. Grave dive does look likely in our future, but we still have lots to see. That's probably Swamp Continent up there. It probably takes up the entire left side of the map. Not quite enough for the level. 106 off. And we're finding lots of nothing. On the other, it's lots of nothing. We are doing it reasonably efficiently, as well as getting XP. This could go back to start. This is enough for the level, otherwise I probably would ignore it. Level 11, we get 2 power, 1 agility, 13 health, 13 MP. We could use some agility still. This is where the copper sword would have been helpful, but we still punch hard enough. There's a town down there? I don't think I can circle back to it, but I think I have to go for that. Unless this turns out to be a lake. I think it just turned out to be a lake. Yes, it did. I chose to go along the top of the map. That should be the Stones of Sunlight cave. We're going to go double check in a minute, but we need to prioritize getting to that town first. Thank you, half plate and large shield. I think I'm on 2 health. It's Garrett Remolder, the key to keys. Not the key to keys. I am on 8 health. We were hoping for Garanham, but we'll take the 1 check here, which turns out to be gold. HP, 88 MP, 88 miles per hour. I guess I'll take the club. Fell Sorcerer, thank you for the resub. 11 months in a row. That's almost a year. I wanted to double check that that was the Stones of Sunlight cave I just passed. Especially since I had decided on the low road rather than the high one. Or the high road rather than the low road. Also, I think Grave Dive... No, Grave Dive isn't required quite yet. So I know where I am on the map now and want to double back along the low road. And then I want to check the... And then it's time for the Swamp Continent. Or maybe it's time for the Swamp Continent now. Toasty! Thanks for the good luck. I will need it. I believe I've opened 3 key doors. 2 in Remolder and 1 just now. I don't think it's time to go fight the Armored Knight yet. Actually, is the Golem a better grind? I don't think so, only because it's farther from healing. This is the way I went before and I died to a stone man? I think I managed to win an armored knight fight first. Let's go and make sure we get the last of this swamp up here, too. The axe is back. Yeah, we have hopefully gotten the last of the swamp. I'm not going to go one more tile up to check, but I'm pretty sure I did. Pretty sure that was the top of the map. Spectre is still worth it. Guess this is just where all the swamp got piled. And we're done here. Since we're back at the start area, we will cast Repel. I think I'd better go for the heals here. More swamp. But here's a town. It's Garanham, isn't it? Yeah, home of the Garan hamsters. I think this has to be the jerk back here. No weapons here. The hamsters are completely peaceful. Do they have in their boxes? Empty. The harp. We need that. And the death necklace. I believe that brings us down to coordinates and Hawk's Nest then. Both of which we have to do. Confirmed. But you're gonna have the token and the stones and both pieces of Erdrick's gear are in Sharlock. Taking a page from the Evil Overlord handbook and keeping both the weapons that can defeat him close by. Or even just a page from Ganon's handbook when he got the silver arrows and the red ring in the final dungeon. One in 16 to miss a Hurtmore against an Axe Knight. Level 12, though, we get 8 power, 11 agility, 9 health, 6 MP. $79 attack power. Should have 32 coming from Erdrick's sword. So that'd give me 101. We're back at the start, so we should probably put Repel back up. I don't mind leaving it down to see the mid-tier monsters, but I don't want it up when the only things that's there is low-tier monsters. Oh, I should go to the bottom right corner and go click in, go get the harp traded, and then it's done and I don't have to think about it again. If I stopped spelled the wizard, I could fight it, but I don't need to fight it. I've never played Elden Ring or any of the Souls games, really. I think that's the same devs. Here comes the staff of rain again, falling on my head like a memory. Yeah, I was right. Do I want to go to Hawksnest? No, I want to try and find Cantlin first. Okay, this should be up by Hawksnest then. Confirmed. And I believe this has to be Cantlin, unless it's... Now, I'd like to try and buy a broadsword. Or a hand axe. Both are here. I'll take the hand axe. It's only 5 attack power difference. What's my numbers? 0 south, 11 west. And yes, 0-0 is possible and has happened just once. I saw Nest Cardinality get that. So we'll take an intentional death. One, two, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 1 stones of sunlight. You'd think I could just see them glinting on the ground there, but nope. Now we've got to fight. One we should be winning even without the fairy flute, but we are going to use the fairy flute. why that 16 is why we're using the flute. It's like probably 16 to 32 range. We haven't seen anything above 27, so it could be as low as 13 for a minimum. Down 350 XP and the token. Wait, the sword? Oh, it's in grave. I never dived grave. I'm pretty okay with that because that's a play I would expect the field to make with an early grave. There are going to be other people who died to the werewolves in here. The armor could be in here too. And then I don't have to dive Sharlock for that. Nope. Armor is in Sharlock. Actually, I probably should have taken the fairy water. Okay, that worries me. We know that the Star Wyverns have the Dragon Lord breath. As far as we can tell, the Axe Knights don't. That does mean we want to keep our HP above about 70, though. Above 72, I believe. I'm also much happier with the play of going for this last after seeing the Star Wyverns. I would imagine some people did try to dive and got toasted. Wait, what did I miss? Or do I have it already? Is that what's going on? Yeah, I do have it already. Okay, so that was not worth it. Although the armor or the sword could have been, the armor could have been there, so. Now I have to go all the way around, though, to get to Garenham. I may want to top off in Cantlin, too. Fourth run is guaranteed. Mercy rule. What is my agility? I think it's still low. 62, so yeah, I would like more, but I wouldn't go out of my way, too far out of my way for it. Probably do want to try a dive and grind for the armor if I don't get a bunch of attack power. Because that is one thing I am kind of expecting at levels... for it, level 13. Yeah, this was cool. And I think down here was... Karenham. If you figured out all the shortcuts on this map, you'd probably finish pretty well. Oops, I should have healed there. I'll see you in a bit there. I think it's down and then over here on the left. Wait, hold up. Wasn't it, what was left to start again? Yeah, it had to... Yeah, that was Karenham. Oops. Level 13, we get... 3 power, 3 agility, 19 health, 3 MP, and regular hurt. I was wrong about the spell list being filled. So we'll go turn this in, we'll dive for the armor, dive and grind for the armor. No, in fact, what? 1 in 16 to miss that against an Axe Knight. And we'll fight golems for the win. I think agility is still just low enough to justify sleep rather than direct runs. We aren't quite in Death Necklace range. We need about another 15 hit points for that. We probably also want another about 3 attack power. Work complete. Bracken area was right outside Charlock, if I want to heal. Which I probably do. We don't quite have the MP to justify an attempt at a one dive win. Get your rainbow emotes out for the rainbow drop. Once I have the armor, then I'll fight the golem. Uh-oh, star wyverns are here. Uh-oh, star wyverns are here. The whole darn flock is up here. The whole darn flock is up here. Well, I think we found what's gonna determine who wins this seed. I need an elite amount of experience to the next level. I think I also grind off that golem at least to the next level and hope there's agility there. Because this is also something we'd like to avoid. Needing to invoke the mercy roll against Stone Man. Since we have the sword and are doing decent damage to it, we're going to go for swings rather than play the flute. I think we are taking up to 42 though. Excellent. Just crit. We're gonna throw out a regular heal. Just so that we don't get crit killed. Ambush max rolled. There's a 42. We've seen a 22, so we could do up to 44. That'd actually mean he could do up to 43. It's unlikely, but it depends on how the numbers exactly line up. He hitting hard. That's what we have heal more for. Level 14, we get 1 power, no agility, 13 health, 8 MP. That's almost Death Necklace HP. I probably want to go to level 15, especially with the 0 agility gain. We're still sitting in the low 60s. This is definitely a seed where we'd like to have at least 80 plus. I believe the lowest agility I ever won on was 48. Welcome back, dear neighbor. We have confirmed this is a Sharlock seed, and that we should finish our grinding before we go try to dive again. Well, with that kind of a start to the fight, I'm gonna try flute and try and win this. And I do win this. I don't expect to win this one without a crit. And I lose. Still, MP under 8 is what you want to see when you're grinding, because then you're out of heal bars. Those numbers are getting into one dive is possible territory. Assuming I don't get the whole flock of star wyverns again. This is the one and only time I am happy to see a Demon Knight. Now it's 2 golems to the level. I was hoping to see something small. Well, relatively small. Level 15. We'd like to see lots of agility. Yeah, 14 power, 20 agility, 2 health, 8 MP, that's definitely go. And we have Death Necklace HP. So remember when I said I wanted to have 80 plus agility to try to dive again? Yeah. We should just be over 80. If we drop below 10 heal mores, then we have to bail on and do a 2 dive strat. One for the armor, one for to actually win. But 1 dive is absolutely possible in this spot. I won't be unhappy if it's 2 dives, but ho ho ho, green dragon. Only hit point that matters, it's the last 9. We are 1 off a multiple of 8, so we don't get to cast any small spells. Heal, repel, stop spell. We would like to just straight up cast heal more. If we have to. They're back. We are going to flute the golems. We do have the agility to just run, but we don't want to get run blocked. want to save every hit point we possibly can. And herb, and every MP we possibly can, too. Okay, so no point in recasting Repel if we're not repelling those Star Wyverns. We're off the top floor. Let's use another herb. We do have a couple extra Healmores in the back pocket, but we'd like to hold on to those for if we need to go to the judges' table. Speaking of, where do you think the armor is going to be? I'm going with 150, bottom right chest. No drama, and it's just over with on the first one I usually look at. In fact, I think that always is the first one I look at, because that's just straight up the fastest. We should have played the flute. That's exactly what we wanted to avoid. We also got away from that armored knight on the first try. Ooh, Werewolves of Sherlock. We always go treasury first. 6 checks is better than 1. $150 chest is a cursed belt. 100 chest is a magic key. 50 chest is the third cursed belt. 200 chest gold. 300 chest is the armor. Let's open this to see if it's the... It's not an herb. That's what we were hoping for. Or fairy water. We wouldn't have minded that either. We don't mind the ambushes as much now, especially from a werewolf. Or the run blocks. Thank Apex for the good luck. I don't think I need a ton of luck here, just some run luck to get to the mini-boss and to the Dragon Lord. But once I'm there, I can throw on the Death Necklace and should be winning this. But Armored Knights are in the bottom zone too. Mercy Rule. Do I just straight up use a Healmore? No, that's what herbs are for. Mini-boss is a red dragon, the only one we've seen all seed. We do need some decent rolls, but this is probably going to cost us a Healmore now. Ooh, 19 out of the red dragon. Just straight up use the last herb. Won't be, become foolish. Become cursed. Actually, if I wasn't gonna get any extra HP back, I do need to cast a Healmore here. But we still have 12. That should be plenty with a 10 to 20 attack power. Get 10 attack power at the cost of a quarter of your health. 16. Right in the middle. 28. 46. 143. 55. 76. I must have gained another attack power somewhere. Point. 92. 104. Because 20 should have been my max, not 21. 121. 132. 143. 158, but I'm healing because I might have mismathed. This should be lethal, though. 170. I spent too much time talking and not enough time actually counting. Thank you for the GGs, Roddy Sniper, Fell Sorcerer. I don't expect a top tier finish, but decent only because second dive was a 1 dive time. Where did I finish? 4th place. I will take that. Too many mistakes for first. Thanks, Apex Corvid, for the GG. And when 2 of the people ahead of you are DK and Diabetes. Milius Pyro looks like they had a strong 2nd place too. Just beat out BTs for 5th. We also beat Nescard in Beta, so rare footage of Beta DNFing. He probably wanted to go watch Tetris anyway, like I was talking about at the start of this seed. Nine of 9 wolves fought. 10 golems, that was my final grind. Saw 3 green dragons in Sherlock, but never fought them. Exactly 1 red dragon on the spike tile. 43 healers, 54 hurt mores. 77 attacks, that's gotta be an all-time low. 2 bonks. Final time of 109.03. This was definitely a jet seed. I still stand behind my decision to attempt to dive for the armor, even if it wasn't to play this seed. I think it's the right play in more seeds than it's the wrong play. Even with almost go stats. Let's go raid the main DW randomizer channel. Like they're just finishing up, judging by the fact that one's on the Dragon Lord and... Oh, hold on. Looks like they're just finishing up because one's winning and one's on the Dragon Lord. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next mission.